Go.
What?
Introduce yourself.
Am I got to introduce you? You're not introducing
No,
me.
because
Alright,
the people who don't know who you are,
Yeah, go on. They don't know who they are.
you don't know who you are. Well, this is John Hodgson, IFBB Pro.
3 times UKB British champion. Yeah, 2 times winner of the middleweight title. Turned pro in 1999. Competed all over the world in all the IFBB Pro shows. I made it to the Olympia 202 class 2009. Re-qualified for the Olympia in 2011 after coming second to James Flex Lewis. So what I'm going to do now is do a series of video blogs, like a few of the other guys, on my various opinions on various topics, which is simple as that. So what's the latest on that?
The latest is what are your thoughts on current bodybuilding and where you think it's going?
An interesting one. I mean, when you look at what basically Arnold's been saying with regards to the distension of the stomachs, the quality of the physiques and that, I don't think it's going in the right direction, especially when you look at the bodybuilding at the pro level to the 90s. For me, that was a golden era. You know, you've got to look at the physiques back then across the board and say the strength and depth was far greater. If I'm being honest with you now, at the amateur level as well, the amateur level definitely is not improving. I don't believe this is anywhere near as competitive across the board, and I think what I'm seeing anyway is that condition is definitely lacking in a lot of the physiques. I think people are trying to complicate it, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
And it's not about having a dig. I think it's about bringing to the attention the realities of where we are at the moment. The problem is these days is that back in the day when I was competing throughout the 90s, we'd get someone's opinion, we might get a little bit of guidance, but we didn't have somebody telling us what to eat, when to eat, how to train, how to basically piss, shit and fart. Let's get real. You know what I mean? It's like people want their ass wiping these days. And bodybuilding, let's be honest about it, isn't rocket science. You know, the reality of it is you go in, you train hard, with good form, absolutely batter it. And I mean batter it, I mean take yourself way out the comfort zone. And then when you come to eat really good basic clean food. Yeah. It's not rocket science. And so that's what I'm seeing at the moment with bodybuilding. As a competitive side, I think we've got to strip it all back and get back to basics. We really are.
So you're saying like the guys who go in the physique classes, their conditioning is far better than some of the going into the bodybuilding classes?
Well, you mean, well, when you look at competitions, we've got quite a number of new categories now, haven't we? Yeah. And the reason why that's emerged is because I think we've got a different sort of like group of people coming through. Not everybody wants to be monstrously massive. And again, that's probably down to the way bodybuilding's been going at a pro level. And so people are thinking, well, I'm not being, shall we say, inspired by that. So these categories now emerge because people want to still look good, but don't want to go to the supersize zone, and the numbers don't lie. They're the biggest classes now in the bodybuilding shows. In the UKBFF now, which is the main federation, you know, and it's the understudy federation to becoming an IFBB Pro. You know, their biggest classes now, bikini and physique. So the numbers don't lie. And the one thing that you get with the physique guys is the fact that they get in condition. So I think a lot of the bodybuilders, especially, should take note of the condition that these guys get in. It's all right getting big and massive. I said, well, what's being big and massive if you haven't got the conditioning? You know, and I think that's really what's missing big time in bodybuilding. The guys are not coming in condition, and so there's got to be a number of factors for that. I don't believe that they're applying the basics that we did back in the day. Over usage of certain drugs like insulin, probably peptides, this, that, and the other. Christ almighty, you know, all this bullshit is out there. It's not me. I'm not seeing an improvement. In fact, I'm seeing it going fucking backwards. So anyone who's going on this, that, and the other about all that, sorry. Why are we going backwards? Why are we not as good as we were in the 90s? Yeah. Let's get fucking real, shall we? Come on. Yeah.
So what you're saying really is that it's not hard, but you've got to get there in that zone.
Well, when I say it's not hard, of course it is. Bodybuilding is hard. It's an hard endeavour. It takes no fucking prisoners. The fact of the matter is, guys today don't want to go in the gym and train like we used to. I'm sorry, but a lot of people think they train hard. I'll challenge you. Come and train with me then. I'll put you through a session. Yeah, you do it once, but you're going to do it day in, day out. You're going to do it week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. You know, people like your Dorians, you know, the old school Gary Shelmadines, Ian Atkinsons, all the British champions, Paul Birkinshaws and that. We come from the old school. We were brought up on absolutely giving it our all in the trenches. And when it comes to dieting, we diet on proper, clean, basic foods. We didn't worry about cheat meals and cheat days and all that shit. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. It's not rocket science, it really isn't. But what it is arduous, and it is a tough endeavour, especially if you want to stand up on stage and stand out and become a champion. To be a champion, you've got to think like a champion, you've got to do what most people don't do. So, you know, it's not... Lee Priest has said it as well many a time, hasn't he? You know, it's not rocket science, it really isn't. If it was, you know, I'm not a rocket scientist, and I did what I did. And I was renowned for my conditioning, but there was no secret fat-burning protocol drug, just hard work.
Yeah, good.
So that's really how to get back to basics.